hesitation? Keep going, why the fucking hesitation? Yeah, why the fucking hesitation?
There we why the fucking hesitation? There we go, guys. That's it. Welcome everybody. This is Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We're live on Dash Radio, you guys. Thank you for listening. This is your boy Black Pedro. I'm usually here with our boy Shang, right? But you know how Shang does, man. He's always out there. He's with the peoples right now, out in Las Vegas live. So if you're in Las Vegas at all this week, Shang will be at the LA Comedy Club. That's inside the Stratosphere Hotel, man. My favorite spot to perform when I'm on the strip. So go check out Shang, man. See how savage he can get live as fuck on your ass. That's, again, all week long, 8 o'clock shows at the Stratosphere Hotel in Las Vegas. Go see Shang. So, you know, the man is incredible, but he can't be in two places at once. That shit, that's like a law of physics and shit. You know what I'm saying? I went to school, so you can't do that shit. So when Shang can't be here, you know what we do? We bring in some super talented, and me, when I'm running this shit, I like super strong women by my side, because I think that's how we get somewhere in life, is when you have a super, super strong lady right there by your side to help you get through this thing. And for me today, that's super strong, super funny, super talented actress, comedian extraordinaire. That is Jaylyn Bishop, friend of the show. Jaylyn, welcome back.
What's happening, everybody?
Yeah.
Hey, Shang.
Jaylyn. But what am I, chopped liver?
Well, no.
Yeah, you didn't even say anything about
you mean like
every day.
I'm sorry, but you know, like. You know what I mean. Like, as a guest host, as a special voice, like you're that foundational underlayer.
No, there are definitely reasons why I would rather have Jaylyn hosting this show than me. One of them being there's a puppy.
Yeah, and we do have Doris trying to run the boards right now.
She's trying to run the boards.
Beautiful Doris right there for us.
Probably better than me.
But welcome, Jaylyn. Welcome back.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
It's always a pleasure to be back. I miss Shang, I must say.
Yeah.
I miss his loud, wild, rowdy self. I miss him.
And I know he's gonna miss him. I know he's gonna miss that he wasn't here for you, because last time we both felt like when you were on the show last time that it was one of our best shows. Like,
what?
For those who are just meeting Jaylyn, and on the on that episode that you appeared on, you were it was a surprise to us all. But you're a Republican.
Yes, I am. I am a card carrying Republican.
Yeah, and you know, Shang is a liberal and I'm an asshole. So we just didn't know we had these
but
political
that does
views
not
going
mean
on.
But that I'm down with the Antichrist.
Yeah.
And there's no disrespect to the Antichrist himself.
Right. To the real Beelzebub.
To the real Antichrist. You know, I'm just talking about the orange one.
Right. All respect to the real devil.
Yeah, all respect to the real Antichrist.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that I respect.
And none of these
this
terms define who we are as people, right? You know what I'm saying? We're all humans. But it was a very interesting show, and a lot of energy, a lot of good debate and conversations.
Oh yeah, it was cussing going on.
Yeah, all good.
I threatened to beat up Shang.
Yes. He still wakes up at night over that. Like, Jenna, he's worried about that. For sure though. But how you been since?
I've been great.
Yeah,
I've been great.
And so comedian extraordinaire. I know you've been out there on those ships, on the cruise ships.
Yes.
Giving it to him.
Giving it to him all the time.
We love that. We love that. Staying busy, y'all. I myself trying to stay busy. You guys can check out Savage as Fuck live. All right. If you're not in Vegas this week, you can check us out live on the 30th. That's right. That's October 30th, the night before Halloween. If you think Halloween is some scary shit, come see us. Okay.
Ooh.
Live on stage at the Irvine Improv. That's an 8 p.m. show. So Irvine Improv. That's at the Irvine Spectrum Mall. That's basically the only fucking thing to do down there. So just get your ass out on the 30th, 8 p.m. Come check out myself, Shang, a few other guys. It's going to be a great show. Really going to be a great show. Check that out.
Will you guys be wearing costumes?
I'm not going to costume. I can't really live that life like that. Yeah.
Why? What's wrong with wearing a costume?
It's not that there's something wrong with it. It's just like, I'm kind of one of those I don't give a shit people. Like, the last few years, I've forgotten it was my birthday until like 6 p.m. and then I'm like, oh shit, I knew I was supposed to do something today.
I thought you were gonna say that you were one of those people that your mother scarred you.
Oh no.
With costumes, like we were always sheets. So,
just sheets. Yeah.
So I'm going this year as a sheet.
Yeah. No, I mean I had plenty of homemade costume.
Oh yeah.
And there was a one year when I went as a pirate and we went trick or treating in a white suburb of Detroit. And this one lady was like guessing our costumes, and she guessed it, and then she got to me and she was like, "Let me see, Roots." And I was like 10. I hadn't even seen Roots. I didn't even know what she meant, so I went and asked my mother, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
she wanted that address.
My mother used to always put us in sheets, and it was cool. Like when we lived in a white neighborhood, it was cool. But when we got in a black neighborhood, and I told my mom, I said, "Mom, we got to be something different."
Right.
My mother put hoods on our sheets.
Yes. Okay.
And so we
Y'all
thought
fit
we
right
were,
in, I'm sure.
we thought we were Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but we were actually 7 little Klansmen and the Grand Poobah.
Y'all were so white and the 7 Klansmen, huh? That's what that was. Oh, yeah. Well, Halloween is around the corner, huh? See?
Yes.
I don't even think like that, but.
Well, I'm going to be a Ninja Turtle.
You going to do a turtle on them? Mm-hmm. In a sheet?
Mm-hmm. I was going to be Melania Trump.
Oh, but you have
then
too
I
much
was
clothes.
like, oh, no. That's like being a slave.
You don't want to go that route, huh? Don't degrade yourself. You have too much pride for that.
Yeah, because you can't always be, because you can't get her, you got to get her lips.
The duck.
So sad.
The sad duck bill. Po ducky. You know what? Let's do a show today.
Yes.
Let's hit record and just do this motherfucker.
Let's
see
do
what
this
happens,
shit.
man.
Shang ain't here.
He ain't here, so
I'm sitting in your seat, rubbing my booty on your seat, Shang.
That's right. And for those who are just tuning in, welcome to Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. I am Black Pedro, and we have our very special seat booty rubbing guest host this week. It's Jaylyn Bishop, y'all. Jaylyn, welcome to the show. We love you. Speaking of welcome to the show, we've got about 7,000 immigrants training their way through Central America right now, trying to join this little show we call America, y'all. And this has become a huge, many are saying, and appears to be that the Antichrist, as you call him, the Orange Devil, is using this as a political linchpin. It's kind of one of those issues that this midterm election, which is in just 2 weeks, get your ass up, out and vote, people.
Please do.
Big midterm election coming up. And here we have this event, this literal caravan of over 7,000 people, and it's going to become a political topic.
First of all, I sometimes I think their numbers are so grandiose that is ridiculous. First of all, 7,000 people are all hitchhiking.
Training.
Now, let me ask
loaded
you
up
something.
on trucks, walking.
Now, I know brown people, we put a lot of people in cars.
Yep.
But ain't nobody picking up 7,000 people.
Well, they'd probably need at least 4 cars. So yeah, like not one. Come on, that's ridiculous. They need at least 4 cars.
I'm like, nobody is picking up 7,000 people. I do not believe the numbers that they always, equate to people saying that like 7,000 people can all be together.
Well, I mean, it's not like they all decide. It's one of those. It's like a snowball effect. Right. It started.
You see somebody drinking Pepsi, and I'm gonna drink Pepsi.
Now you thirsty all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Right?
Nah.
Well, it's 100. They said they started with a group of about 160 people traveling together. Looking for protection and just food and a better way of life. Right.
Yeah, and they're coming here.
And as they move along, yes, this group of people, this mass is on its way. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some attrition, right? Like, by the time this group gets to the border,
go through Mexico.
Yeah, and look, these people, this is a group of people who a lot of them are they're looking for new opportunities anywhere. They need one. They're
right.
No way of life from where they come from, right? So, if there's a job in Mexico, like I'm sure they'll do that, right? So,
they'll stop and
just chill.
Probably because your feet hurt. I don't even know about you, but
it's like,
I couldn't walk from North Hollywood to Valley Village, and that's like right across the street.
That's
I'm like,
right there, huh?
I'm not even going to do that.
You're not doing that.
I don't. This is the thing. I think that obviously it's a midterm situation, and they want people to be afraid and say, "Oh my God, brown people are coming." I think it just lets you know that Trump doesn't like anything brown. I bet you when he was little, he didn't even color with a brown crayon.
Right. You think he pooped white?
He took all the browns out. Yeah, and he probably poops white.
Or yellow
clear,
or something.
or orange.
Yeah. Hey-oh, ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Tell her what she's won. Yeah. But so as a Republican, how do you feel about, just this train? They're calling it the immigrant train. How do you feel about this train of immigrants sugar-chewing on its way towards our American borders? And by the way,
yes,
Trump, you're right, doesn't like anything brown, right? He's already said disparaging comments about Mexicans coming in and immigrants of that nature. But he is also...
He don't like no cans. He don't like Mexicans. He don't like Africans. He don't like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, I get it. I see what you did.
No cans.
Dominicans.
No Dominicans.
Yeah,
he don't like nothing with a can in it. Canned beans, nothing.
He can't with cans.
We can't.
But he also has suggested, I've heard him suggest that there are terrorists sprinkled in here, like,
because they're brown.
Middle Eastern terrorists that are,
the Middle Eastern, they're walking all the way from the Middle East.
They're gonna lump over to El Salvador first.
Let's go to El Salvador first.
But
I don't know. Have you ever been to Honduras?
I have not.
I have. I can see why you'd leave. I'm not lying. It just is not sexy.
I'm not blaming anybody on this immigrant train for, trying to find a better way of life, and it doesn't always happen textbook for everybody, right? You don't always get to go to college in the new country or apply for some job there, right? Sometimes you got to pick up your shit. Sometimes your shit is war torn. Drug lords running through your shit. You know what I mean? And
that's just like here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
what they coming here for?
Right. Well, I mean,
because they're leaving. Let me see. You said they're leaving corrupt.
You right?
Okay. They're leaving overpopulated. Okay, and they're leaving poverty. Okay, and they're leaving oppression.
Yeah, we don't have none of that in L.A.
Shit.
Come on down, y'all.
Have they seen CNN?
Right. America has none of that, y'all. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking to a friend the other day. Like they're trying to get citizenship, and I'm like, why?
Why?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We're all trying to leave, bro. Like
I think as a Republican, I would say that of course we do need to protect borders. I'm not going to say that we don't need to protect borders. We do need to protect the borders. But the first place that they're coming into is Mexico. So Mexico needs to be that first line of resistance.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them, like you said, 7,000. The last time, I think it was 1,200 came in, supposedly. But by the time they came to the U.S. borders, it was only 200 people.
It was only 200 that actually got
through.
And that's what I was saying. Like, there's going to be some attrition from the group. Like, it's not going to be a lump of 7.
Somebody's feet's going to be hurting.
But what do you do about it? I mean, like, what does Mexico do? How do you stop 7,000 people at the door and, like, I need to see some ID?
It just lets you know that a fence ain't going to help you.
Yeah, it's not. And the wall isn't.
A wall ain't going to help you. A fence ain't going to help you. I don't know if you saw them the other day cutting through with wires and just throwing people on the other side.
Yeah, nope.
Hey, that's what you're going to do when you're hungry. That's what you're going to do.
Desperate,
But I do think that we have to have some type of, we have to have border control, of course, because you will get overran by any country if you allow, or any persons if you allow everybody to come in.
Of course.
So you have to have some kind of control, but maybe it should be like a more of a lottery system, and then that way it would be a luck of the draw, something like that. I really don't have an answer for it.
Right.
Because honestly, there's just too much to protect.
Well, I think overall, a lot of people who oppose, immigration in general, they want to lock down the borders and don't let anybody in. I think they're failing to recognize that we are absolutely reliant on a very large population of immigrants. A lot of them are here legally. A lot of them are here undocumented. But no matter how they're here, we need people like this who are
because you're not going to pick any peas.
You're not. The tomatoes will go rotten.
Yeah,
they already.
You will never have another orange juice in your life,
or it'll be $93.
Yes,
for that little thymble shot, like that wheatgrass shot.
If I got to get out there and pick orange juice, no. I don't even like going to pick cotton shirts.
Right.
And they're already clear and cottony. And you're like, But with a thorn in it, no. Cotton wasn't fun.
I only wear wire mesh. Like that's still like knights back in the day. Yeah, you ain't stabbing me. And that shit it's slavery,
It's anti-slavery.
It's politically correct. Shit, we all might be out in the streets, man, with the way the deficit is growing in this country. You guys
my gosh.
realize this. And Republican leader Mitch McConnell, or as I like to call him, Turtle McTurtleton. He's got the necky thing, and he just jeez, with the glasses.
He looks like a cartoon character.
Yeah, No, he looks like the initial sketch that the motherfucker threw away. It was like, nah, that'll just scare the kids. And they're like, what else do you have? But yeah, this old turtle face. So he's saying that this deficit is not a Republican problem. It's
an everybody problem.
He's saying it's a bipartisan problem. But I'm just gonna say, and I'm be honest here. This is to say it's not a Republican problem is mildly accurate. Yeah, because a huge deficit will affect such a large population of Americans that it will be everybody's problem. But I think the point here is that this is a problem that Republican policies, tax cuts have created.
Oh, of course.
And they continue to create over decades. This is just Reaganomics all over again, right? Which we prove doesn't work. That trickle down, give the rich let them keep all the money and they'll share it, right? Like,
no, rich people don't share it.
Like the CEOs will give the raises, right? And then no, but like at Christmas time, they're going to get the bonus, right? And then
no. We're going to say we're going to give you a bonus and a raise, but mostly we're just probably going to just pull our dick out at the Christmas party.
Yeah, man. And if you're just tuning in to that little nugget right there, that's Jaylyn Bishop co-hosting right here with your boy Black Pedro. We're here on Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. We're talking about the deficit in America, and Mitch McConnell, Republican leader, says it's not a Republican problem.
Well, the one thing is they're trying to say that it is Social Security and I will say again, as a Republican, sometimes it has to do with, we do give a lot of money away for Social Security, and Social Security really earn it, so I can go with that. Right. But there are, welfare programs that we could actually cut. And I know that that's not a really popular subject to say, but it is. Like, some people could get a job.
No doubt. No doubt.
I got cousins that have been on the welfare system. They 57. And they still live in low income housing. I'm like, damn, you ain't never gonna get no job.
You ain't gonna try and really go get the thing.
You still paying $12 for rent.
But I think and so those are your some people like that, right?
Well, I don't want to call them by name.
Yeah,
them people I know, some brown people that I know. I don't want to say nobody's name.
And I'm sure we could pluck a few cases like that, or even some certain percentage out. But
it's not 7 billion.
Yeah, that's misrepresentative, though. I think of the larger population that does take advantage of those programs. Those are more, I think, geared towards, and mostly people use them to get on their feet or stay afloat when they need to.
What? So most of the projects are using it to get on their feet. Come on, Pedro.
Okay, but also you got to look at that's not
how many people generations living in the projects. Pedro, come on.
I got that. But to me,
they getting on their feet.
I'm gonna look at something. I'm gonna look at a systemic thing then, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna say that generationally, right? Like, most likely older generations of black people didn't have opportunities to go to school. They were locked out of home buying opportunities, right? So where do you end up when you can't afford a good job, or you can't get a good job and you can't afford to buy a home? You don't get the loan breaks that a lot of white Americans got. What happened? You end up in the projects. And then when you end up in the projects, it is hard to climb out of that position. So then it passes down to the next generation and the next generation after that. So I don't think that there's any inherent lack of ambition among that group, but
there was a lot of black people. We had huge black communities. We have huge black communities.
Right.
I am a product of a black woman who was one of the first black people to ever go to Emporia State Teachers College. Awesome. So I have generations of blacks that have graduated in my family. So I don't believe that. That's one of the things that makes me a publican. You can pull yourself up from anything. Look at the orange one. He pulled himself up from $1 billion. His father gave him $1 billion, and he pulled that out.
Look directly at him.
He pulled himself up, and now look at him.
Yeah.
He owns this country.
See, but Republicans, you guys do like to take that one example, like your family, and say, but everybody can do that. And I just don't believe that's true. Education's important in my family, right?
Yeah, Princeton.
Yeah, it is. But that being said, I went to public schools in Detroit, and I saw kids around me who were talented in a lot of ways, but literally just didn't have the mom I had, right? So they were missing meals. They stunk at school. Like, they're not gonna get good grades because they can't focus now, right? Like,
because you stink.
They don't sleep well. Well, not because you stink, because motherfuckers are making fun of you because you stink. Because we're in a fucking public school. So nobody's polite about that shit. Everybody's like, nigga, you stank, right? So it's like.
Well,
that
do
shit.
they talk about Charlie Brown's friend Pigpen? He had friends. He had Charlie. He had Lucy. So we can't get Charlie and Lucy.
But every time that was for TV, girl. Every time they yelled cut, they was like, "Well, somebody watch this nigga Pigpen. Is he a nigga? I don't even know what fucking race he is. He's just dirty." What race was he? Was he? I don't even know what the fuck Pigpen was.
Well, and I get that the tax cuts.
And they don't want to address, like,
and they don't want to address the tax cut.
They want to cut. They want to cut.
cut.
So the programs that you want to cut, I'm like, okay, we could look at and start talking about cutting that stuff after, right? My priorities lie in not giving rich people so much money back, right? Like,
let me ask you something.
Those really rich people, what do they really do to earn all of that, right? Like,
they work. They've got the money somehow.
But all of that, like some of these CEOs, they'll give themselves like a 400% raise or bonus.
Have you ever tried to manage people?
Yeah, of course. I'm trying to handle your ass in this conversation.
That's right.
Now.
When you manage people, you deserve more money. I deserve more money.
More money, sure.
I deserve all the money.
Yeah, but see, then
because get it this way. Because like if I'm the top manager, if I'm the manager, like you're trying to manage this conversation. If this show goes south,
right? What you mean if
the person who's gonna get fired ain't me because I'm the worker. I'm the worker.
Right. It's gonna be like
they gonna let your ass go.
That's right.
And because you have all the pressure, you kind of deserve all the money. That's how I get it. That's what I think. And I'm thinking, so I'm working really hard.
Okay.
And tax cuts, I'm not going to lie, the tax cuts benefited me. That's the only time that I was happy with the orange one. I'm going to go with Dave Chappelle on this one and say the orange one is not working for folks that are poor. If you are poor, if you are a coal miner, if you in Virginia eating out of canned beans, I told you he don't like nobody eating cans.
No cans.
No cans. He's for me. I'm getting money. So I'm not going to, and let me ask you, every person that always gets mad about the tax cuts, I always ask them this.
Yeah.
If you are the person that are able to get the tax cuts, are you pissed about it?
I'm absolutely not in that tax bracket.
Yeah, but if you were in the tax bracket, you gonna be mad and give the money back?
What I'm gonna say is that I imagine.
Look at him stuttering.
Please. I imagine that once in that tax bracket, I will be living a life comfortable enough that I can give up a certain amount and be all right, and still be all right. Like, if you're a billionaire and they ask you to give up like 35% of your shit, like, you're a really, really, really wealthy motherfucker still. Like, you're still really, really, really fucking, like, Jaylyn, like, really, really stupid, nasty, wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you had $30 million and the government took half, you would have $15 motherfucking million.
But you just lost.
No, you just
35% of that.
Right, and what you did is you didn't lose it, right? You put it back into the system that allowed you to make the whole shit in the first place, right? So just like every other American, you need to be putting back your fair share. So in a country that allows you to make some astronomical amount of money, like $1 jillion, like these motherfuckers make, in a country that allows you to do that, right? You should be grateful, you rich motherfucking billionaire bastards, and give some of that money back to the nurses and the teachers and all the people that help out your shit, and the guy who on the road that you pass by, the road that make the road with that your SUV, the Rolls Royce rolls on, the construction guy. You need that guy so that your truck doesn't fly yet. So you still got to get the road fit. You know what I mean? So
right,
all
and
that
I
goes.
get that.
You got to put that back in the pot.
I so get that.
That's all I'm saying.
I so get that, but I'm not giving back my 35%.
Give me your shit.
No, I'm not doing it.
What's your address? We're going to storm Jaylyn's house after the show, y'all. We savage.
I was like, that's savage.
We savage as fuck, y'all. I'm Black Pedro.
Jaylyn Bishop.
We got y'all here. We're going to go to a little break, guys. When we come back, we're going to be talking about some Uber CEO situations. There's a Black Conservative Summit. I'm sure, Jaylyn, you going to be there headlining?
Marching.
Rallying and shit. Hey, y'all, make sure you guys stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. Yeah. All right, y'all. We are back all the way live. This is Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy on Dash Radio, guys. I am Black Pedro with my very special guest host this week, Miss Jaylyn Bishop. Welcome,
Hey,
Jaylyn.
hey.
Jaylyn, where can the people follow you at?
They can follow me at Jaylyn Bishop on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
That's Jaylyn
Lyn Bishop,
Bishop.
like the church, except for I do not touch the children.
Hallelujah, right? So she keeps her hands to herself. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Black Pedro. Follow the show, goddammit, before the show follows you, all right? You will wake up one day and this show will just be outside your goddamn house if you don't start following us, okay? Follow at Savage AF Radio on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you follow Dash Comedy too. Dash Comedy Radio. Make sure you get the Dash app, okay? If you're listening to this on like a podcast or something and you're not following us live on the radio, do that shit, all right? Get the Dash app from the iTunes store, from Google Play. You know what I mean? Follow us there. If you're riding around in your brand new GM vehicle, know that Dash is already in your fucking Dash. That's right. The app is built into your car already. Just take that 2 o'clock hand if you're driving 10 and 2. Reach over to the right there. We're right there in the Dash, y'all. So make sure you listen, follow on Facebook as well, Savage AF. Likes, okay? Share that shit. Don't be a stingy motherfucker. Share this savage ass shit with all of your friends, guys. We love you for that. Getting back to the show right here on Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. Like I mentioned, Jaylyn, you are a Republican.
Yes, I am.
One of the 4 black Republicans. And,
there's 4.
But coming up this week, just a couple days from, I believe, the 25th to the 28th, there's going to be a Black Conservative Summit, Black Conservatives Summit.
Is it true that Ben Carson and
Stacey
Dash are the
headliners,
keynote speakers?
Yeah, I just want to know, what did Black conservatives do to get that?
Yeah.
Like, what did we do?
First of all,
Because that's a punishment.
Right.
I think that they should call their tour
no.
Sleeping Beauty. Because doesn't Ben
Sleep and beauty.
Sleep and beauty?
Sleep and Beauty. Because doesn't Ben Carson make you sleepy?
Yes.
Right. Can we call it Sleep
Yes.
and Booty?
Sleep and Booty. Ooh,
Because she's making
yes.
an ass out of herself.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But Ben Carson, that dude,
Yeah.
he sounds like Charlie Brown's grandpa.
Wah, wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
wah, 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 wah.
On Ambien though, because all of his speeches are like, I really believe that we have to go. It's like, wake your ass up, Ben. Get your ass up. I don't know what.
The only thing
I think he's dipping into his own prescription pad. You know what I'm saying?
the only thing that would make this a great trio that they're missing is they are missing the pizza man. They're missing Herman Cain.
Oh Lord, 999.
Yes, that was my dude, Herman Cain. When Herman Cain, I don't know if you guys remember when Herman Cain got into it with Morgan Freeman over the Tea Party.
What happened? I don't
Oh my
remember
God!
that.
When he got into it, he was like, "First of all, I love Morgan Freeman. I love Morgan. I love all of his movies. I love Glory. Driving Miss Daisy was one of my favorites.
Hilarious.
But I have to ask you, Morgan, if the Tea Party was racist, why did they let me pour the tea?
Yeah, see, that sounds like Herman Cain too. That
I love that
that
dude.
would have been him. Yeah. Yeah, so this is I don't get this. I don't need I feel like, is this a thing? Like I feel
like it's a punishment.
they're targeting conservative blacks between the ages of 15 and 35. This is an event they could have in a hotel room, right?
That's cold.
Like a single, not even a suite, like not even like the
In your mama's
presidential.
kitchen.
Yeah, round back, just round back of anywhere.
There are quite a few black conservatives, but we don't want to listen to, I wouldn't want to listen to Stacey Dash.
Stacey, that's not where you.
No. And who wants to listen to, nobody listens to Ben Carson. His own mother don't want to listen to him. His wife left, didn't she?
So the one that really, really, really gives me foot fungus that I cannot stand, who's going to be there, is that one Candace Owens. You know her?
No. Who's that?
God, yeah.
On CNN?
Oh, kill herself. She's a talking head on, she'll pop up on a lot of those. I think, I don't even watch this. I'll catch up clips
CNN?
online.
Am I correct on that?
Yeah,
I don't
she was
really follow
going.
her.
Yeah, I think it was CNN. She was going back and forth, or maybe it was MSNBC. But recently, she was going back and forth with like Eric Michael Dyson. But she is Michael Eric Dyson, sorry, but she is just one of those. She's just one of those staunch conservatives that always says her points, and she interrupts people. She's narcissistic. She's all about. Oh God, please kill herself. I hope she please hurts herself soon.
Yeah, she's pretty gross.
But yeah,
She'll be a slow kid all the time.
So for the 4 or 5,
she's gonna be there too.
Yeah.
Oh, so see, this is a punishment. This is to make us want to stop being conservatives. This is what this is. This is to push us over to the Democratic side. That's all this is.
No, they want you. Y'all, they think you guys want this. These are your people. This is your Ben Carson. All right, Detroit made that, but we gave them to y'all for you to.
No, Ben Carson, he was the dude when he was just
Fox News. I should have known.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's with Fox. I was like, she's
but
with
she makes
Fox.
appearances on other networks, like as a talking head. I've seen her on
just
other
to be
shit.
a terrorist.
Yeah, just to be a fucking duck nugget.
Yeah, see, this is not fun. Nobody wants to listen to these people. There's other Republicans that you'd want to listen to. That's like having to listen to Kanye West for 15 minutes.
But that's what I'm saying though. On the black side, like black conservatives, who are those people? Like, who are these people? Who is Stacey Dash at this point? I don't even know you.
No. I just think that's not a fun situation to put anybody in. And I, for one, am rebelling.
I don't believe in this conference. I believe that it's going to be Stacey Dash, Candace Owens, Stacey Dash and Candace Owens trying to wake Ben Carson up for 35 minutes. Like, that's going to be the whole summit. Them just, Ben. Like, that's going to be the whole summit right there.
What is Omarosa? Is she a Republican?
She's a Republican.
I would think so.
But do they
Would
love
they
her
bring
still?
her too?
Yeah, do they
See,
love
now
her?
this is
Is she
definitely
considered a traitor?
I doubt she would go.
No, Omarosa is considered smart.
Well, yeah. No, nobody questions her intelligence, but
No, the reason why I say that she is smart because she's always a hustler. No matter what's going on, she's on the hustling team.
yeah, no.
When she like took a little phone with her and was like, "Oh, so you fired me?
You said what?
Can you speak into
Can
the
you
mic?
say that again, please?
Say that in the mic.
I didn't. I can't hear you.
And who else did you call an N-word? Say that spell it out. Go ahead, spell it. Yeah, Omarosa, that's kind of my girl. She's kind of smart.
You can have her.
But I don't want to listen to them.
Yeah, you don't. You just.
No, I just want to. I admire them from afar.
Nobody admires them.
I'm far from admiring them.
I don't know about Stacey Dash though.
Yeah,
That's a sad one right there.
yeah, yes. For those just tuning in, this is Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. I'm Black Pedro.
I'm Jaylyn Bishop.
Yes, Yad. Make sure you guys follow us. Follow me at Black Pedro on Instagram.
And me at Jaylyn Bishop.
That's right. Jaylyn.
Jaylyn.
That's right. Bishop.
Bishop like the church, except for y'all know I don't touch the children.
Amen. So check this out. Uber. Right? They had this whole. They had their problems, right?
Yeah,
They had to get a new CEO because they had all kind of touching issues and misconducts and all kind of thing going on. Well, guess what's going on now, Jalen's?
What's happening now?
Their latest CEO has had to resign now.
For touching people?
Guess why?
Oh.
Sexual misconducts.
Oh, what has this country come to?
And he's the dude that's, I'm starting to believe that CEOs that put themselves in the commercial have to be douchebags. Like, they think that
maybe it's part of
I'm the best thing to sell this product. With my balding head and my gray beard and my, like I am the best face for this product. So
perhaps it's part of the bylaws that you get to touch a couple people
per television appearance,
per commercial
CEO job. I don't know. So we're talking about Dara. Let me see if I can get his name right.
Yeah, try that one.
Okay, Khosrowshahi. Khosrowshahi is what I'm going with. But yeah, if you'd seen their most recent campaigns, he was definitely all up in the campaigns, pushing the, integrity and honesty.
Integrity while he's touching people.
Just sexually misconducting his ass off, apparently. So yeah, he's gone. What does that do for Uber, man? Like, how does that? That
makes me want to ride Lyft.
Lyft
for sure.
Lyft stock just went up, right?
Well, you know what? This is the thing. Now, I'm not saying that the Me Too movement is not a fantastic movement, but I am saying that this guy's only been working for 4 years, right?
Yep.
And in 4 years, he touched so many people in 4 years that you're now getting let go. What about letting you go the first year? What about saying something? People got to start saying something if somebody's touching you. No, you don't wait 4 years.
Well, I see. I don't like that argument though. I have to admit that's it's not fair to tell. Like I've never been assaulted sexually or any other way really.
If I touched you right now, would you not at least tell Cassie?
Well, I'd ask her to keep watching. I mean, she's in the room.
See, that's why
I'd be like, Cassie,
He already told me.
get the camera out.
I already know all about
I
it.
told you about it. Get the camera out. See,
my job.
Y'all believe me now? Y'all believe me, J News?
Yeah. See, but if somebody touches you, you got to say something.
Yes, but when? Like immediately? Like you got to run out the room.
Like you
with
will
your
not
shit.
have to even. You will know if somebody touched me.
I get that, and listen, some people have that in them, right? The fight or flight thing, right? Where you're either running from it or you're standing up to it.
You don't even have to stand up to it. You just have to go outside and say, "Excuse me."
He just did the thing.
I gave him my resume, and he put his dick on my resume. So I didn't have it laminated. So I need to know. I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to get the job,
Right.
but in case I get the job, I can't use this
dick stain resume.
Use this dick stain resume.
Yeah.
So could y'all at least laminate it and validate my parking?
That's not a comma, by the way. That's a pube.
Yeah.
Okay. See, so
And then
he
people
fucking up the
know-
punctuation on your resume.
Then people know, hey,
No,
he's touching people.
I get that. That's one of them things. Like I think that's a personal thing. Some people, it would be a shocking thing to happen, right? I'm pretty sure you would be shocked if somebody pulled their dick out at the interview and put it on your resume. Your response would be to, get at them, right? To be like, what the fuck? Say something, get loud.
I've had, as a female comic, I've had people say things
And
do
inappropriate
things, and you
right?
just have to go, what? I put a cat out on the freeway.
Okay, that's good. We like that.
Like, you get out of the car. I didn't know what was happening.
Be feisty. Some people initially don't have, honestly, for lack of a better term, maybe the strength to do that, right? They might be defeated in that moment, right?
And I get that, but if this is a thing, and this is to all my sisters out there, all my queens. It's not that you're not a queen if you're not able to stand up for yourself. But if somebody has done something to one person, it is because those people don't say anything, gives them the power to do it again and again and again. And so if you don't have the strength for yourself, at least have the strength for the next person that he's going to put their dick on their resume.
Well, and what I will say is, and if you're just tuning in, we are Savage as Fuck right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, and we are discussing the Uber CEO situation. The Uber's latest CEO had to resign over sexual misconduct allegations. But just in general, I think, there a lot of questions come up like, why don't people say something right away? Why don't say something sooner? Rather than questioning when somebody is supposed to say something, I'm going to just say that I believe now the space is opening up for people to say things.
Oh, of course.
And because there was a space in a time when women would speak up and they would be silenced or let go or shunned. You know what I mean?
Was a space? We just had that with Brett Kavanaugh.
Right. Exactly. So you're solidifying my point is that
wait, but what you're
historically
saying is
there hasn't been a place.
There's a line. There's a fine line. There's a line when you should know that you like, this is when you say resume, you mean like in professional situations,
if
like
we're
in
in
Uber.
Yes.
But for children or high school kids and things like that, I think it's kind of hard to just.
I
say
think
that.
when you're a kid, it's a very different story.
Right.
But
Okay.
if you're a
I'm just making that
grown
clear.
woman, if you're a grown woman, and you did. And I say and did nothing to even warrant this. I'm talking about I'm just coming in for a job. Sometimes, and I know a lot of women will, and people are probably like going to storm the buildings for this, but a lot of women, we put ourselves in situations that we know that there's a 50-50 chance that some bullshit could happen.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to somebody's hotel room for them to listen at your demo at 2:00 in the morning, you are a grown individual. You know and he got a studio that you could have went to, go to the studio. Don't put yourself in this situation where you're gonna have to fight. Don't put yourself in that situation.
The studio, that situation could happen in the studio too.
Yeah, but
in broad daylight.
But if that happens in the studio, even though you didn't do anything either way, but if you come to my house or you come to something private and it's just you and me, hey, sometimes we are women. We know guys are constantly thinking about that.
Right.
And it's like, hey, it could be something like that. So you got to make sure that
I'd rather say
at least be aware.
Yeah, be aware.
Protect yourself from precarious situations.
Yeah, don't be in those situations.
Or when you find out, or when you are aware, because sometimes we do get tricked into like,
yeah.
I thought this was like a group thing.
Yeah.
You know, then that's really scary. But, you know, definitely see your way out of that. But, you know, it's sometimes you're in the situation, but I
even
agree
still,
with you
they don't necessarily like. And I like to be careful because I don't think those women deserve.
No one deserves for anybody to touch them.
Yeah.
No one deserves for anybody to touch them. But if you put yourself in a situation, just like when you were little, your parents said there are consequences. There are consequences when you put yourself in situations where you know this could be deadly. If you're up on top of a roof, tap dancing, you could fall off.
No doubt.
And if you are playing Russian roulette with the creeps,
then
you could get touched.
But are you ladies always aware of which one of us are creeps? Can you always?
Yes.
You can smell it on us every time.
Yes, for us, but I'm sure that there are women who don't.
Yes, you're always aware of who. Like, there
are women who
remember when you were little, and there'd be some freaky old dude.
Yeah, but
your instincts would be like,
no, not me.
But sometimes there's creepy people, and you don't realize they're creepy until.
Yeah, your hair stands up on the back of your head. Like
those are like exceptionally creepy people.
You're like, those are creepy. You're like, why is he always wearing the trench coat? It's hot.
Hey, speaking of creepy guys, before we go to the next break here on Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, usually this would be a time in the show where either Shang or I, get down on something that we, are feeling, a topic that concerns us or that we care about. Or just, sharing a story that happened in our life. So Shang not being here, I wanted to give you some time, Jaylyn, to jam on a subject. And you shared a bit of this story with me earlier, and I segued into it, like, speaking of freaky, because I think as a comic, I've never had an experience like this, and it's a little freaky.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing stand-up for a long time, and I'm on a cruise ship about 2 weeks ago in a family-friendly show. And a family-friendly show means that there are kids from anybody from 2 to 90 is in there. It's going to be clean. And there was a little boy. He was 10 years old. He's sitting in the second row, having a great time. Show's going well. We only have about 5 minutes for the show to be over. And he says, I want to come up stage. I want to come on stage. I bring him on stage. And now he's a little white kid, blonde, towhead. Looks like he's an Abercrombie Fitch kid, right? Just dressed beautifully and immaculately. He comes onto the stage, and we're playing a game called Barnyard Symphony.
Barnyard Symphony?
Yeah. Now, Barnyard Symphony is an improv game where when you play it, you get an animal.
Okay.
And then you get so the person becomes this animal, and you do animal sounds.
Okay.
And you get an emotion.
Okay.
To play.
Animal and an emotion.
An animal and an emotion.
Symphony.
So I pick 2 adults, a man and a woman, 2 kids, and him.
Okay.
So I'm getting everybody's animal, and he goes, excuse me. And he goes,
now how old was this kid again?
He's 10.
About 10? Okay, cool.
So he says, excuse me. I have can I make a suggestion?
For like animal suggestions or whatever?
And so I'm thinking he's about to make an animal suggestion. And I said, oh, well, maybe he's about to say that I forgot to get the emotion.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So I said, yeah, go ahead. I hand him the mic, and he clears his voice and says, Kavanaugh. And the room goes silent. It's like 500 people in here.
Okay.
Goes silent. Because I'm like, oh my God, there's a little white kid. What is he going to say? I can see that he's a little rich kid. What is he about to say?
Right.
Women are like boasting up. They're about to say, and it was right after the Kavanaugh hearings.
Just after.
So I was like, oh, this isn't going to be good.
Okay.
So I don't know what to say. And he looks at me, and I said, what?
Right.
And then he goes, can I have the mic back? And he takes the mic back, and he goes, Bill Cosby.
Oh, shit.
And now I'm like, oh. And he says, Donald Trump.
Oh, my God.
Harvey Weinstein.
Damn.
And now I'm like, what is he saying? And he said, you said barnyard, right? And I was like, yeah. He goes, these are the people that need to be in barnyards.
Wow.
And he goes, I just turned 10. And when I get to be a man, I'm going to be a man, not a little boy.
Wow.
Like these little boys.
Damn.
And he looks at this lady who's wearing a Trump shirt, and he goes, And I said, well, I guess.
He gave it a shame on ye.
I said, I guess we just dropped the mic on this one.
Oh, shit.
And at first I was thinking, man, my first thought came to me was like, man, these little kids don't need to be around and hearing all this stuff.
Right. Because the political climate right now is nuts.
It's nuts.
Our president is going back and forth with a porn star over his dick size. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's news.
And we all seen the size of his hands. So if I was him, I wouldn't say shit.
Small hands.
Means little peanuts.
Carnies. Smell like cabbage. Small hands. Austin Powers, nobody?
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
whatever.
Who throws a shoe?
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel. I don't know if
I don't know what I would have said. I mean, like the Kavanaugh would have thrown me off. And it took me a while to realize what he was doing, but yeah, he's calling those guys.
He was calling
animals.
those people animals.
I love that. And then he turned to an adult in the room with the Trump shirt on.
Shamed her.
Gave her the
waggy finger.
Tisk.
What ethnicity was this kid?
He was white.
He was white.
Nice.
And he shamed her. But I think, what do you think about, and I would say to our listeners too, like, I don't know if they get to call in or anything like that.
You can actually call in.
If anybody wants to call in and
310-986-6610. Let's hear it.
Yeah, and say, what do you think about letting the children listen to stuff like this? And should we have been able to listen to this stuff when we were little? Maybe we wouldn't be in this situation instead of outside drinking in the hose.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's really about the filters that children have around them, right? So if you expose anybody to the wrong thing without context or without, the proper filters to analyze it, like that thing could become the truth or reality or the way of life for them, right? So especially for kids who are young and malleable. When I was growing up, my mother let us, like we talked politics a lot. Like I had to sit there and watch the news with her a lot. But, we would sit there and talk about it and, she'd help me understand stuff. Growing up early, listening to hip hop, like my mother didn't really restrict that stuff. I got to listen to it, but I had the filters, so I knew that the bitches and the hoes in the song weren't my mom and my sister or the women I went to school with or the girls I went to school with and stuff like that, right? It was just like you have those filters, right, to help you analyze this stuff properly. So yes, our kids should be paying attention to what's going on in the world around them as much as they can possibly comprehend. But we as adults, it's our job to give them those filters, right, to help them understand this stuff properly so that they know that.
Because half of us don't even understand it.
That grab them in the pussy isn't a playground game, right? It's not like it's not a new form of tag. No, you can't.
Damn.
You can't really go ahead and play the game like that, young bucks out there. But that's an amazing story, and it does show that there are some, as they say, woke children out there. I don't. If he's 10 years old, is he even a millennial anymore? What is that? That's got to be another generation, right? I don't even know. But
Rye minimal,
like a Y-lineal or some shit. But yeah, he's woke as fuck.
He was super woke. He was so woke he put me to sleep. I was like, I'm telling you, I just didn't even know what to say except for. Get the hell out of here.
Sit your ass down, little kid.
Sit your ass down. When you would say something that was so smart, that would make your mom go, get the hell out of here. Get a whooping.
You ever correct the teacher and get the right answer? Goddamn, sit your ass down. No more talking.
Nobody want to talk to you.
Everybody put their head on their desk. Guys,
we're going to watch a movie because he fucked it up.
That little boy was savage as fuck. So is this show, guys. Yeah, I know. We need to get him in here. Just have him read off politicians' names who are animals to him. Mitch McConnell. Harvey
I
Weinstein.
want to
This
start
be
naming out the women like Betsy DeVos.
yeah, exactly.
Fucking bitch.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
Oh my
All right, so
God.
listen, we got to go to another break real quick. Going into this break, y'all, I really want y'all to pay attention here. Don't even go up and pee because I know you got to, man. But check this jam out. Our homie Jay News, who does Welcome to Hollywood, our intro song here on Savage as Fuck on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. The homie Jay News right here in studio with us. But during this break here, we're going to play this new track. It's called New Minnesota, y'all. Y'all ain't heard it like this before. We'll be right back, y'all. Get at us. Yeah, y'all, welcome back. We are Savage as Fuck right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy live on Dash Radio. I'm your boy Black Pedro. I got my special guest host here, Miss Jaylyn Bishop. What's going on?
Yeah.
What I want, what I do. Jaylyn, let them know where they can follow you.
They can follow me on Jaylyn Bishop, and that's across the board. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want.
Jaylyly. That's
N Bishop.
Yeah. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Black Pedro. Follow this show, Savage AF Radio, on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you guys download the app, the Dash Radio app on iTunes, on Google Play. Get that on your phone so you can listen to us and all the great content on Dash and Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, guys. Getting back to the show, man. Mary Jane. Check this out, y'all. THC is on the NYSE. Aurora Cannabis, one of the largest Canadian marijuana producers today, went public on the New York Stock Exchange, y'all. And they've joined just a select chosen few companies that have gone public in the cannabis realm. I just thought this was interesting that this industry, which is booming, it's billions and billions of dollars, not just internationally, but definitely here in the United States, and now it's going public. Weed is going public, y'all. I mean, it's going recreational. Do we realize that Canada has legalized marijuana nationally? Like, just ain't nothing to it, baby. It's legal in Canada now.
What's funny is it took so long for them to recognize it at all, or to Canada.
To address it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like they would have been on that shit, right?
It's like, okay, let them everybody.
Because they got that BC, you know what I'm saying? That British Columbia, baby. You know, they've been doing it up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Canada, always seemingly a little bit more progressive than us, right?
Seeming.
Yeah. So they went ahead and just made weed legal, and now the companies are going public on the New York Stock Exchange. If I had 13 cents to rub together, man, I'd be putting all of it into it. This shit's gonna blow, right? It's weed.
Of course.
Get it? It's weed. It's gonna blow. Yeah, nobody? All right, whatever. Fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. Am I the only weed smoker in the room?
Yes.
You said that too quickly. God damn it.
But you know what? I still do think. Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Cassie smokes weed.
Oh, so much.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes. Why do you think she doesn't
Why,
kill
really?
anybody?
I can think that, but you know what? Nowadays you can't be shocked about who smokes weed. Everybody smokes weed.
Everybody smokes weed, man.
My grandma's smoking weed.
I bet that 10-year-old kid.
Actually, my grandmother wanted to open a weed
brownie shop is
brownie store called Grandma's Goodies.
Yes, you do.
Aww.
Why you stopping her? Why you hating?
I ain't hating her. She
Put in
might
money on
open
that
it
shit.
up.
Hell yeah, get her going.
Well, Gigi's
Let's
gonna
help the
get in there
economy.
and open something up.
That's
She's
right.
gonna let it go.
I love it.
She making brownies already. Make them green.
Make them green.
Greenies.
I think that this is fantastic. The only thing this is the thing that scares me about this. Now, weed, used to not be, or cannabis, we should say, used to not be illegal. But then the pharmaceutical companies got into it and saying it's illegal. Now, because it is classified as a
Schedule 1.
Schedule 1,
So it's
an illegal drug.
So in America, federally, the weed is not legal.
So you can't put your money in banks.
Nope.
So how then, this is the thing that is so weird about our government. How can you put it on the stock exchange and you can invest in it, but where are you going to put the money once you invest in it?
Well, this is a Canadian-based company, right? So,
it's a Canadian-based company,
and
but
I'm not sure.
I'm like, I still don't understand this. It's still got to be some kind of tricky shit going on.
There-
I wouldn't do it.
There are companies that are, American companies that are in aspects of cannabis. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
but
might
you can
be-
only invest in like because I was going to invest in cannabis, and that's how I found out that you cannot put your money in the bank.
Yeah, no, that you make
Because they
from
can
it.
they can actually seize your money.
Right. Yeah.
So the only thing that you can invest in is like those vape pens, but you can't invest in the pen. So don't invest in the pen. You can only invest in, there's a little coil inside the pen. That's how people are getting over. You've got to invest in the technology behind it.
Or like the packagings and things like that.
The technology behind it. Because if you do invest in that, they can come and seize your entire bank account.
You just get you just get a safe. That's what the mattress is
At
for.
home?
Hell yeah. Stuff that shit.
Look at Detroit
that's
talking about put your money in the bank.
You know that. Hey, listen, that's what a lot of these dispensaries, they have to do that. They pay in cash. They have large ass safes on site. Like, yeah, they're just dealing in cash right now. But here's my thing, right? The feds are gonna fold on that. Like, the American government is gonna have to wake the fuck up. I mean, California itself is the 6th largest economy in the world, I believe. So when number 6 in the world comes to your ass with them daddy fat stacks of them greenbacks, baby, smelling like all that blunt, smelling like Snoop Dogg's wallet and shit. What the fuck is Uncle Sam gonna say? Roll that shit up. That's what he gonna say.
Well, this is what I wonder is like, how are they trading it? Are they trading it in like dime bags? And you like, can I get a dime bag?
Yeah. Let me get a 2-top. They're calling up their broker like, yeah. I need 7 8-balls, man. 7 8-balls now.
Well, this
before
is
closing.
funny because if you understand who owns the patent on CBD,
Who does? I don't.
the U.S. government.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, that makes sense.
So that's the reason why I think that they're now allowing you, because now if you go to, not that I've gone to a dispensary to get CBD.
don't give your disclaimers on this show. Be savage.
But if I had ever went to a dispensary to
My
buy
friend had
CBD,
told me.
I had heard it from somebody. If you go, did you know you can't buy CBD oil anymore there? You can't buy CBD products at dispensaries any longer.
I'm gonna have to double check this
You
because
can't.
I've been.
I tried to get okay.
Oh, see, got
Fuck's
you.
up.
Ask one more question.
Yeah, let's go on and talk about something else.
no, but I like.
No, yeah, they can't sell it any longer. They have to have it separate from
the
their
THC.
to their THC, because for some reason, I believe, wink, wink,
The
that
Schedule
the
Ones.
government is now
Oh,
going to
they're
say,
gonna market.
because we own the patent on it, boom, boom, now you have to pay taxes on it or
Well,
whatever.
and there's talk of companies like Coca-Cola working with cannabis corporations
Yeah.
to start making CBD drinks and things like that.
Didn't
right?
Coca-Cola put Coke in their products at one time?
Cocaine, man.
So now they're going to put weed.
Right, exactly.
So now you're going to be...
Coke don't give a fuck. Up all night.
Coke is savage
You
as
be
fuck.
up
If you
on-
want to know
yes.
who's savage as fuck,
Exactly.
that's who's savage as fuck. That's who you need to have on here.
They have
is
you-
Coca-Cola.
Up all night with the munchies.
Yeah.
Feeling good about yourself.
I've been addicted to Coca-Cola as long as I can remember.
We've
I'm
actually
still
had
addicted to Coca-Cola.
we've had
Yeah.
interventions for Cassie and
Because you have to have,
yeah, it's true.
Well, can you get addicted
she
to
has
weed?
stolen things from my car just to buy Coca-Cola. It's sad.
I used to hide cans in the back of my desk when I was little.
Oh, see, now they're going to have people doing that shit on Coca-Cola infused.
You gonna go up to somebody?
Cannabis.
You gonna go up to somebody with a bag of white powder? They be like, "What is this bullshit, man? I want Coca-Cola, baby. Get this."
Now, can
Get
you
this
get
powder outta
addicted to
here.
weed, though? Can you get addicted to weed?
You can get addicted to anything, right?
I think you can develop a habitual relationship with it, but I believe scientifically it's been proven
What?
that it's not like you don't get the physical shakes and shit from not smoking weed. Like if you like if I go, like I smoke all the time, right? I went to Thailand for like a week, 10 days or some shit. We didn't do anything. I'm not about to bring anything there, and they ain't not about to broken down palace my ass, right? So I'm just out there living a good, clean life, just drinking bourbon and tequila and beer, right?
Yeah, that's good, clean life.
Right.
Livers on vacation.
But at no point am I like, man, I need a blunt, man. You know what I mean? Like you just, it's
I'll
like,
do something nasty.
I
for
wanted.
a hit.
There were
I
times
get
where I
pretty
wanted
bad.
to. There was
I
times
get
where I
pretty
wanted to smoke, but my body isn't like physically reacting to not having weed in it, which is like a sign of like chemical physical addiction.
Because I think I'm addicted to naps and shit.
Yeah, me too.
they get
I
you.
will like zone out in a minute and just get all hyped up because I can't take a nap. Man, I'm sleepy as fuck. I just want to go to sleep.
I have more addictions than I thought.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you can admit it. That's the first step
Yeah, I'm addicted to naps.
to recovery. So listen, we got right here on Savage as Fuck. I'm Black Pedro. I got my special guest host here, Jaylyn Bishop, with us. We're on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy, guys. Thank you for listening. We were just talking about the fact that weed, Aurora Cannabis, is now going public on the New York Stock Exchange. So you got weed corporations on the stock exchange. Canada's getting high. America's getting high. Let's talk about a motherfucker who had to have been high when he did this shit. Recently in Atlanta.
It's not even that weird to me.
This is an amazing story. This might be the most amazing news coverage we've ever given on this show. This in Atlanta recently, U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents and their canine coworker discovered something unusual when they looked in a checked luggage bag at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport and found a cooked pig's head.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dog, an entire pig's head roasted, and as Jaylyn so pointedly highlighted earlier, wrapped in foil.
Tin foil, you hear me?
Wrapped in that aluminium, as the British would say, that aluminium foil, man.
He was trying to just get Thanksgiving dinner home to his people. You hear me?
He was doing some luau shit right there, but like a whole fucking pig's head. Listen, we from, like you said, Detroit. I'm from the East Side. I done packed a good ham sandwich for Mom. You know, that thick ham with the thick bread, too much mustard on it. The bread got holes in it so the mustard go through and be on your fingers and shit. That shit is good on the plane, right? So, like, yeah, bring some ham, nigga, not the ham. Like, this nigga brought the ham. Like if I was like, bring ham on the flight. You go grab a few slices. Like, you wouldn't go hug a fucking pig's head. Wrap that in foil and then stuff that into a rollaway bag and then check that motherfucker.
The thing that is the best to me is the fact that when they had the dog, like if you what you got to do is you got to look this.
You got to look up.
You have to look this up, and when you look it up and you see the dog's face, the dog is like, "What the?"
Just look up roasted pig in luggage, Atlanta airport.
And
man.
look at the dog. They have a dog in the back shot.
Yeah.
In the foreground.
In the shot.
And he's just looking like,
he's like,
what?
Holy shit.
He's like, oh my God. And then they said that they threw it away. And I bet you the dog was like, let me ask you something. Now, y'all gonna just throw this away?
He's like, all that training, I sniffed the motherfucker out and I can't get ham the first.
Yeah, he's probably like, okay, wait a minute. It's not finders, keepers, losers, weepers, because I found that shit. Y'all gonna have to give me that ham.
Y'all didn't even let me lick that motherfucker. Like he
I wonder how
he
do
looked
they
happy too.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, I think they're gonna give it.
Come
to
up,
me. It's my payday.
come up.
What my thing is, how did they find it? Like, what made you think to look in somebody's luggage?
I have. Okay, so I'm Vietnamese,
Okay.
and one of our very traditional foods is a roasted pig, full roasted pig from head
So
to
you
toe.
take it on the plane with you?
No.
No, yeah, okay.
No, I have not, because there's no reason to, because it's literally everywhere I go.
Because they have pigs at the place you're going.
But my aunt and my mom have taken ridiculous things on plane, like ridiculously inappropriate foods. I think the head thing was probably he saw it at a party and wanted to bring it home. I don't know what.
No, he was Ecuadorian, so maybe
Yeah.
he was doing the same thing. Maybe he was like taking it
but
home.
I don't know. Like, I don't know anybody who would take the head home. You know, like
So
some people like
he was coming into the U.S.,
Right.
so he's bringing.
Yeah, somebody
And so-
probably said,
and the
bring
reason
that with you.
So you asked, how did they find it, right? Like, so this is the agriculture department. Like, they have to make sure that you're not bringing like koala bears and strange plants and You know, this is how disease spread among animal
They're just
populations when you
koalas. They're not
bring.
bears.
Right, you're right.
You have
when
to
you bring
be
like
politically correct.
an animal from one continent to another, like they can cross contaminate and spread disease
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
So
That's why we have foxes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they have
so
these
that's
dogs.
what happened if-
and they're
Yeah.
probably just going through the luggage area. They sniff for all kind of shit, I'm sure. I'm surprised they needed a dog to smell a fucking
Right?
pig's head. Like,
Well, it was probably
I'd be
one of
walking
them-
by like, God damn, that
wrapped
barbecue
up.
smell good.
It was probably a greedy ass TSA person, hungry, smelling. Because I would, if I was him, I would have just done this. I would have put it in not my check luggage, but I would have took it on my carry-on.
Yeah.
Because in carry-on, they say that you can't bring like liquids over a certain amount.
Liquids, yeah.
They say that you have to take your computers and stuff out.
It's got to be in its own bin.
There has to be in its own bin. You have to take your shoes off, but they don't never say you can't bring a whole pig's head.
Right.
They didn't say no pig
So
head.
I would have brought a pig. I would have just brought my
You'd brought
pig.
the
And when they
pig
would have
head.
said, you can't bring a pig, you said, You said snacks. This ain't no snack.
You show me on the form where
You
it says
show me on
no
the form
fully
where it says
roasted, deliciously
a whole-
glazed.
Yeah. We would have busted that thing open right there and I'd have cut ham sandwiches for everybody.
For everybody.
Another snack that we have in Vietnamese is like, well, a lot of ways that we wrap our food are in these banana leaves. And
A la plancha.
So we'll have like, like meat or like rice cakes or whatever, and they wrap it in banana leaves, like which are green, dark green, and then which get dampened or whatnot, and then they use string to tie around it. So my aunt brings us to the airport in her carry-on, and it looks like a bomb. It looked like, if you look through the X-ray machine, they're like, wait a minute, what is this? And it looked like a bomb because it was like a square. It was like a cubed rice thing
Big
with like
block with string around it.
string around
Looked
it.
like
It was like,
C4
what
and
the-
shit.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck is this? Then they checked her scalp. They did everything. They're like, what else is this bitch out? I'm like, she's just hungry. Like,
And it's not.
This is just her food.
Did she explain? She was like, no, it's not a bomb. It's the bomb now. Like this shit
Yeah,
is the
because
bomb.
it's just snacks.
My mom
It's
does
not
say
a
her
bomb.
food
It's
is
bomb.
the bomb.
It's bomb.
I think they shouldn't. Did they take it from the man? They took it, didn't
Why though? That's rude.
I think you got to confiscate the. Well, yeah, no, you can't. So
it's checked.
But it's
Yeah, and
like
it's
you
check
can't. But
luggage.
you can't bring intercontinental pig here, right? You gotta. It's got
But
to
it
be
doesn't
domestic
say that.
pig.
It's
It
just
doesn't
food.
say that. Where does
No.
it say you cannot bring
No, that's
intercontinental
part.
cooked food?
You got. I don't know about
we
the
have
cook
pigs here.
but it's when you do the declare thing. They ask you about
yeah, but they don't say
agricultural
is
shit.
it cooked.
Yeah, no, they ask
They
like
ask-
plants
They ask
Yeah.
for plants and fruits.
and fruits, right?
They don't say have you a
If it's
roasted
already
pig?
cooked, right? If it's already
Yeah.
cooked, it won't. You can't. There's nothing.
Yeah, you can't get sick off of a
You
roasted
ladies
pig.
realize you are arguing to keep suitcase pig head. You
Yeah,
realize that?
I said
I'm probably
give the
gonna
man.
you got a
this one
cousin that's
day.
gonna
Yeah.
roll up with a suitcase full of pig
That's
head and be
it.
like,
Next
"Thank
week-
God they let you keep
Next time
that."
I go to a family party, I am
Next week.
leaving with the biggest to go bag they got.
Yeah, next week when I go, I am going with a huge roasted pig ass.
Pig ass.
Yes, that's
Because
the
if they
best part, Jaylyn.
caught the pig head, they'll say, "Well, we caught one person." I'm like, "Yeah, but you didn't say I can't bring no pig ass through here." Just one butt cheek is what I'm going through with a butt cheek, a pig butt cheek.
Just a
That's the best part.
Just one butt, a pig butt cheek.
Yeah, I'm sure
Rump,
it's
pig
fatty.
rump. That
Pig
ham rump.
Oh yeah, not
All right, guys. So Teddy Riley, right? Famed R&B
jam.
producer,
Jam.
groups like Guy. Oh, and for those who are just tuning in, we are Savage as Fuck right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy. Make sure you follow me at Black Pedro on Instagram. Make sure you follow my guest host, Jaylyn Bishop. Where can they follow you?
Jaylyn Bishop. That's where you can follow me everywhere across Instagrams. What is the other
Twitter.
ones? Twitter,
The
Tweeter,
the Book of Faces.
the
Tinder.
Book of Faces.
Tinder.
Tinder. Oh, I'm not on Tinder.
Me either.
No, that's
Grinder. No, I'm not on Grinder. Maybe I'll get on Grinder just so I can get some followers.
yeah, I'm sure they'll check in with you.
Yeah, but it's just Jaylyn Bishop.
There you go. All right, y'all. So Teddy Riley, famed R&B producer. If you grew up in the 90s, you grew up on his music. All you want to do. So he recently said that R&B singer Bobby Brown would have been even bigger. His career would have gone even further if he had not married Whitney Houston. Now, listen.
They wouldn't have had the Bobby and Whitney show.
we would have.
So we would have missed that.
VH1 would have missed out on a lot of content. But this isn't a knock on Whitney. Unlike I think a lot of these specials and movies that have come out where like over the years now, I've kind of realized that like it was Whitney.
It was Whitney.
It wasn't Bobby.
She was the dark one.
Not even in complexion, just in
she
her
was
soul.
Yes, she was
Dark-hearted, had demons, spirits, evil.
talking about poor Paula Abdul.
Yep, she banged on her. Yep,
Yeah,
she
said Paula Abdul was no talent.
Paula Abdul had talent now.
Actually,
She
I don't
could
know
dance.
if you noticed
She
or
couldn't
not.
sing.
Did you see Paula Abdul fall off the
Yes,
stage?
yes.
When?
2
Recently?
days ago?
Oh,
Yes.
It was.
No,
She
Paula.
fell off the
I wish
stage
I could have been there to
2
catch. I used to
days
have such a crush on Paula.
Well, you done
She
had to
was my
catch her from the low because
she
she
was my
showed it
original
hit
idol.
the ground. Blank, 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 blank.
She's got lots of issues. She was my first idol. She was in my Walkman when I was my pink little Walkman all the time.
And she's still in that Walkman.
Right? No, she ain't walking it at all.
For the young ones
She
listening.
in my fall man. But
She
yeah,
was-
that was hilarious. She walked right in. It looked like she was looking at them, and then just
walked straight off the stage.
And she wasn't even dancing. Of all the dancing moves and all the crazy formations and
She was just
cheers,
like, bing, bing.
cheer.
Oh, yeah.
She just dipped
she
out.
just walked into it. But she has like chronic arthritis, and she
And
has
she's the
like
pain pill addiction. and
pain pill
stuff.
addiction because of her her back pain. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't think that because that doesn't really go away.
Yeah.
And for her to be doing a tour, I'm shocked.
So
She only had one song, didn't she?
Maybe Whitney was on to something with that. Okay, maybe.
I think she's new.
I mean, she was
New
that.
songs?
Paula Abdul was a talented dancer and
Oh, yes.
choreographer and
Yes.
highly successful in that realm.
OG
And-
Laker girl.
And
She's my favorite Laker
yeah,
girl.
and as a solo artist, like she had at least one hit or whatever.
the cat?
Yeah, but
No.
opposites attract.
She had a bunch of. She had a one.
Oh yeah,
good
she did. She
album.
did. She
had-
did have
did?
a. Yeah, she
yeah,
did.
she's
She did.
straight
do her thing.
up.
Straight up now, tell me.
Yeah, she had a
Yeah.
Cold Hearted Snake.
Oh
did do that.
yeah. Okay, I'm sorry,
did do that.
Paula.
She did. do
Rush
that.
Rush.
That's-
If you can
well,
hear
damn,
me
look who's the
down
Southern
there.
California
She
fan
was-
club
She was
president.
my first idol. She was my original idol.
Cassie's like, send all your entries to P.O. Box if you want to join the club.
Paula, I love you.
If you want to join the club.
I love you, Paula.
But this one, I don't think Teddy Riley was really actually knocking Whitney specifically. Like, this wasn't like Whitney fucked up his life. Whitney, it's like his point is, and he pointed out some other artists who also kind of suffered this fate, but that just getting married in general messed up the image. You know what I'm saying?
Messed up Bobby Brown's image. Didn't Bobby Brown already have like 5 kids before he married Whitney? And did he see Bobby Brown's face?
Right, right. But I guess you ladies only buy the music when the man's single, right? Is that
We
is that
only
what it
buy the
is?
music when we don't know what the man looks like.
No, because Teddy Riley was talking about, he's like, he was like, look at Babyface and Lionel Richie, how their careers kind of, that trajectory went downward after they got married or whatever. I
Well,
don't know.
Babyface, I don't think so. I think Babyface just got too old to be called Babyface.
He's still called Babyface.
I know, but he's an old man
It's
now.
like, listen, Kenny, we need to talk.
you get like
You
Kenny,
ain't
come on,
Babyface
you
no
can't
more.
be Babyface no more.
But Babyface is different than Bobby because
Yeah, those-
he's a huge writer.
They're totally different
they're
than
different.
Bobby
and then
Brown.
like when he married Tracy Edmonds, they did a lot
Yeah,
of
they
stuff
did a lot
together. They produced
together.
a lot of music and movies and television and stuff. So like
so,
they were
so it wasn't the drugs. So he's saying it wasn't the drugs.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure it was the drugs.
For Bobby.
Don't get
Yeah.
married. Drugs don't
Drugs
bother
are
nobody.
Drugs are okay, but never get a wife.
But that we could blame on Whitney. It was Whitney.
So you think it was all Whitney?
She was
Probably
slanging
both.
them things.
I mean, yeah. Well, we don't know that, but it was probably both of them.
We don't know that we don't know that though.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay,
See?
so just don't marry Whitney.
Yeah, maybe it was
Yeah,
just
you-
don't marry Whitney.
Yeah.
Because wasn't Whitney engaged to a couple other people before
she?
she married Bobby?
Did she do that?
Didn't she hook up with Ray J?
I didn't.
After Bobby?
Shut up.
Oh yeah.
She hooked up with
Oh
Ray J
Ugh.
after Bobby.
yeah.
I know Ray J and Bobby Brown used to hang tight.
Did they?
I used to run into them. I used to run into them at Hollywood clubs all the fucking time back in the day. Like
What?
literally, I almost physically ran into Bobby Brown one time. I'm coming around the corner. He was coming around the corner, and we both stopped short of each other. And he was like, "Damn!"
Both
He
short.
goes, "Damn! Where's the bathroom in this motherfucker?" That was my conversation with Bobby Brown.
Or did you say I don't work here?
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know. Holler at me, Bobby. I know it's been a while since we talked, bro, but get at me, man. Call us 310-986-6610, guys. Hey, listen, we're gonna hit up a little brizake. When we get back, we're gonna talk about Sarah Silverman and her little Louis C.K. situation. We got some debt in the gubernatorial race in Georgia, and I'm gonna share some thoughts with you guys before we get out of here. So come on back after this break, y'all. We'll be right back. And we're back. Because that's what happens when you go on break and then the music don't play. You just come your ass right back so that y'all don't have to listen to nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's how that is right there. So coming back from this break, y'all, we are savage as fuck right here on Dash Comedy. Or I should say Marcus King presents Dash Comedy on Dash Radio. I'm Black Pedro. I got my special guest host. Shang is out of town, y'all. And by the way, once again, I'm going to plug this. Shang is in Vegas all week, guys. So make sure you go check him out live. He is at the LA Comedy Club at the Stratosphere Hotel. That's up on the mezzanine level, man. It's a dope club. Great place to be. It's going to be a dope show there all week. One show a night, 8 p.m., Monday through Sunday, guys. Get there. Well, Monday's past, so fuck that day. But get there tonight, y'all. And then I got my special guest host here, Miss Jaylyn Bishop in the house.
What's up? What up? What up?
You know what it is. So Jaylyn, you're a lady.
Yes.
You're a comedian.
Yes.
Has Louis C.K. ever pulled his dick out on you?
No,
Okay,
he has not.
Okay, cool.
I've met him before, but there was no weenie pulling.
No weenie pull out.
No
okay.
weenie.
Same
no,
with me. I've heard
no,
he was
no
very
weenie
nice.
pull.
Okay, that's cool.
I know he did.
Don't feel rejected, ladies. I'm sure he's getting around to you. I'm just.
Well, I can't wait.
But well, you sound like Sarah Silverman now.
No, because this is the thing. With Sarah Silverman, I think that first of all, I was shocked when
All right.
you tell the story. You tell the story, and I'm going to tell you I was shocked.
For those listening, right? So Sarah Silverman, right? We all know her. She has a Hulu show called I Love You America. Comedian. I'm actually a fan of Sarah's. Like she's always been pretty funny to me, honestly.
Okay.
But she recently came out and kind of said, and she had to backtrack a bit because it kind of
bit her in the booty.
It kind of made it seem like she was negating the allegations against or diminishing the allegations against Louis in the past. But she said that she's admitted that she's actually watched Louis masturbate on several occasions, and that he's asked, and sometimes she's like, yeah, pull that shit out, I don't want to see it, and other times she's like, no, and then just goes away. But she was like, she felt they were equals, and that he had nothing to offer her, and that it wasn't kind of such a big deal to her, really. I just think this is like some really white shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like this is like,
yeah.
I try not to draw these racial lines as much as possible, but this sounds like some really, really white shit that I think people of color don't really deal with on this kind of level. Like, hey, Jaylyn, would you like to watch me masturbate? Yeah, Pedro, pull it out. Like,
Yeah,
that's just
as
not
long as after I watch you do that, as long as I can touch you with my knife. As long as I can do that, you go ahead. I was shocked when Sarah Silverman said that they were equal. I was like, when has she ever been equal in comedy to Louis C.K.?
I mean,
equal in talent.
She's had a career. And
she has a career.
She's always worked,
but that lets you kind of know how she had a career. She kind of opened
along,
up. Yeah, if you the get along gang. If somebody says to you, "Hey Pedro, you mind if I just pull my dick out and you just watch me masturbate?" Are you crazy? What are you gonna say?
I'm not doing that gig. I'm out of that room.
I'm leaving.
I mean, I'm not fucking with that person.
I'm leaving.
But what the fuck is wrong with you, man?
And I can't believe that she said, I mean, maybe she said yes, like she said, yeah, she thought it was funny or whatever, and that was cool. Mm-hmm. But I think that just lets you know that in business, women really, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, women have to put up with a whole bunch of crazy stuff that maybe guys don't have to. And I think you're absolutely right. That's more of a, culturally, that ain't what we do.
Yeah,
that ain't what we do. I don't think I've ever heard any brothers say, but I have had a lot of white guys say something like that.
Say stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you want to watch me jerk off? Or
they've only said it once.
Can I oil? Yeah,
they only said it once.
and then you touched them with the knife.
No, normally I just touch you right with the tip of my foot, just right where you want to be touched.
Right.
And I just walk off. So it's whack and just walk off. I don't even have to finish the conversation, and they don't get to finish theirs.
They can't.
No.
I'm sure they can't.
So they learned early on. But I think that is something that lets you, like I said, other female comedians, if Sarah would have told, and I don't know Sarah at all, but if she would have told other female comedians, hey, this is something that he does, then they would have been aware of that.
Yeah.
And then you go into the situation very differently than getting blindsided about it.
I mean, it sounds like it was kind of known about Louis for a while. It just didn't get put on blast, and like in the community, because I had actually heard some.
I heard
crazy
about it a long
shits
time
like that,
ago.
but yeah, it didn't get out into the greater community. I think the original comic who put it out there, Rebecca Corey, I think her name was.
Yeah.
She was the one who kind of came back at Sarah about this. So, like Sarah's thing was like, she was equals with Louis and, Louis had nothing to offer her, which kind of makes it sound like
if he had something to offer, she would have done it anyway.
Or no, well, it's not. It could be interpreted as like, well, then somebody like Rebecca Corey wasn't his equal, and
that's exactly what it sounds like.
Needed something from Louis or whatever,
and it probably was.
But well, this is Corey's statement. She was like, to be clear, CK had nothing to offer me, as I too was his equal on the set the day he decided to sexually harass me. He took away a day I worked years for and still has no remorse. He's a predator who victimized women for decades and lied about it. So that was a little bit of a snapback. She was like, she too, like he had nothing to offer her as well, right? So that's her saying like, I booked a gig. I'm his equal on set, right? We're both actors, both principal on camera.
Ladies, you are not equal to Louis C.K. I mean, I'm a comic. I'm gonna be honest. Neither one of those ladies are equal to Louis C.K.
But that doesn't warrant what he did.
No, that doesn't warrant what he did. But it's like, quit saying
you're saying find another argument.
Yeah, find another argument. That's not even a good argument. Well, I was equal with him, so I said, go ahead, masturbate. I don't care because I'm your equal.
Yeah, that was a weird one for Sarah. Yeah, that was a little weird one. But yeah, I thought that was a kind of a strange way to put that. But we're gonna in a second take a break. But I just want to make sure you're so like again. You don't want.
We're stumping Pedro.
Yeah,
here.
no. Well, I'm slightly distracted. Hold on, but we want to make sure that the ladies speak out early about this stuff.
Yes,
right?
Speak out. Don't let people touch you.
Feel free, and have the room now. Know that this is your time, ladies, right? If these things are happening to you, if they have happened to you, even in the past, even if it's 15, let it out now, girl. Get that shit out right now.
And if you can't say anything, ladies, if you're scared, listen to me, ladies. Look at me in the cameras. If you can't say anything, turn your headphones up. If you can't say anything, ladies, get you some hot grits. Pour it right on them. That way you don't have to say anything. The grits will do all the speaking. When you get hot grits on your weenie, they don't have to say what happened. You won't have to say, well, what happened?
Grits.
They'll be like, grits on the dick speak volumes.
Yeah,
dick grits.
Dick grits speak volumes.
Yeah, gritty dick is not.
That's gonna stick.
No man wants that.
That will stick to your underpants.
That's gonna get in there. Yeah, grits are the solution, ladies. When they pull out the dick, you pull out the grits. That's how that goes, y'all.
Hot grits.
That's savage as fuck, guys. Marcus King presents Dash Comedy. We are gonna get to that break now. We'll be back in a few, y'all. Holla. Yeah, we savage as fuck right here on Marcus King presents Dash Comedy, y'all. Live on Dash Radio. I'm your boy Black Pedro. I have my very special guest host this week, Miss Jaylyn Bishop. What's up, Jay?
What up? What up? What up?
Where can they follow you?
You can follow me at Jaylyn Bishop. That's across the board, Twitter, Twatter, everything. Jaylyn Bishop.
Yes. Follow me at Black Pedro on Instagram. Make sure you follow the show at Savage AF Radio. And also follow the channel here, Dash Comedy Radio, all on Instagram there and Twitter, guys. All right, guys, before we get to the end of the show here, man, this story, I find this very interesting, right? So we've covered her before, Stacey Abrams. A young black woman, and I say young, she's like 44, which I think is very young to be running for governor. in the great state of Georgia.
Georgia. Sweet Georgia.
Peaches and cream, baby. Stacey Abrams. Mm-hmm. She, kind of won the Democratic primary. A lot of momentum behind her, a lot of excitement there. As recently, as part of what our political process, when people run, they have to release their financial records. Unless you're Donald Trump, then you just keep your taxes underneath the fucking couch or some shit. But Stacey Abrams, recently released her financial statements, and it comes out that she is over $200,000 in debt, guys. All right.
She owe everybody.
Yeah, she has, and this is a woman running she's the Democratic candidate for governor in the great state of Georgia, right? So she has $200,000 in debt. Now, she's not down at the casino, betting on black guys, right? She has $50,000 in that she owes the IRS, and she is enrolled in a repayment program, and she has $170,000 in credit card and student loan debt, right? So let me say, this is a 44-year-old woman, right? So that's really not that old, just a few years older than me, right? And you go to undergrad. She went to Yale Law.
Yep.
Okay, so let me tell you that costs
money,
a pretty penny and a half, right? You come out, her first gig making $95,000. That's first time in your life making real money. But I don't even know. I don't think the article said. I don't think she said where she was working at that time. But I know a lot of my friends who work. They went to like Columbia law schools on the East Coast. They ended up in New York City, and yeah, you're making a lot of money, but fucking New York costs a lot of money. So it's not like they're poor, but it's not like you're absolutely balling out either. And you have these loans and these debts, right? But I thought this was an interesting debate question to bring up. Is like, a person running for an office like governor of a major state in America with $200,000 debt, does this disqualify her? Does this make her a non-viable candidate? Like,
I know you're not running my shit.
I know you. I know what you was gonna say. Your Republican ass. She's like,
No. I love you, homie, but you can't run mine.
Here's the thing, right? This is. She comes from, I think, a family of 6 kids. Mom was like a nurse. Dad.
Here we go.
So right, the family's blue collar shit in the South. They didn't have no boots or no straps, okay, to pull themselves up with like you, Jaylyn. All right, the Gucci's and what you be able, and right. So they had to. They put all the kids through college, right? But there ain't no money there. And then take this biscuit with you, all right? Recently, she had to take on the primary responsibilities for her parents, right? Like through their illnesses. She had one of her siblings had a child that they couldn't take care of. They have a drug addiction, right? So the grandparents take the baby in, but then that puts stress on. So now Stacey, governor of Georgia, hopeful, is taking care of her whole family. She's governing her family with the budget that she has, right? Which are gubernatorial duties, right? She's given a budget that she has. She has a certain income, right? The state is making a certain amount. She has to divvy that up to their population, to the citizens of her state, her family. And she's doing the best she can with those resources. I think what's very important about this story, right? Because $200,000 in debt sounds like shit. You got money problem. Like you don't know how to handle your shit. But we've explained it here, right? There's some tax stuff, and then there's some school
and
loans.
Some credit cards.
But listen, when you're a student, you gotta. Well, how do you live? You can't work too much because then you can't do the school work, right? But you still got to pay for stuff. You still got to eat,
right?
So you take out the credit card companies that they set up the tables at these places because they know that. They know you don't have shit. Here, take this card. Go get you your stuff you need.
Oh yeah.
And then you're young. You don't always know. But and even if you're not young, you might be desperate. You might need that.
Desperate. There you go. That's the word.
That's fine. But
she's gonna be desperate.
But
we
not
don't
for crack.
Want a
not
governor.
For crack.
No, we don't want it.
It's for desperate for her education at Yale Law.
But not that we don't want her because she is
bad with money.
Not bad. Well, yeah, she's bad with money.
No, she's
no. This is the reason why I say she's bad with money. Not because of student loans, because we all know that if you owe Fannie Mae, they'll come to your house and get you. Don't play. They don't play that.
They've been trying for me.
Yeah, they don't.
Why you think I stay moving?
I'm in more debt than Stacey.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. Stacey Abrams is
No.
part of more than 75% of this country that is in this same debt
Yeah,
situation.
no, I get that, but this is the thing about
Don't you want somebody
Stacey.
who's more like you?
Yes.
No, I mean not like you, like us.
Like me,
Yes.
like Jaylyn specifically.
This is the reason why I don't think that Stacey would be a good candidate.
Mm.
And it's not because that she owes people. It is because she takes on too much that she knows she can't handle. If she's taking that on in her personal life, her parents, her niece or nephew, whichever one it is,
Yeah.
and she's in that kind of desperate need to be taken care of it. Those are the people that you can get to, and
Hold
then
on.
Russia can make you do stuff
hold on.
just like
They got
the auntie.
your president?
Yeah, just like the auntie.
Hold
They
on.
done got him out, strung out on
So you want
Russian bots.
the candidate that tells their
I
mother that
want
tells their
a
mother and
candidate.
father, I ain't got shit for, and the baby niece or nephew that's like, I can't take care of y'all. I got shit to do. You want that candidate that doesn't step up and take care of their family, whether they can financially
Not
handle
that they
it or
can't.
not.
She don't have to step up and take care of her family. I'm just
She's
saying
doing that.
she could split the load with her brothers and sisters.
Maybe she can, but no, some families are like that though. Like
Well,
but that sometimes families are like
well,
they can't.
you know
so
how.
So she steps up and fills that gap. How could you hold that against her? How could you possibly hold that against her?
Because it's like what happens when
What drug are you on?
what happens life what happens when it's enough. You can easily pull on this woman's heartstrings.
And I don't think so. I mean, listen, that's family.
It's just too
That's
much. It's too much.
So what you gonna say? So you think Russia's gonna call up one day and like,
Yeah.
we've got your father's gas bill. We will not turn on heat until you release sanctions. It's like
They're gonna be like, we know that you have problem, okay?
Mother
and
needs
you want
AC.
loan. You want loan? You want loan? We're gonna give Georgia money, but first turn it around.
nephew
You're
is
gonna get her.
Nephew is late on Hyundai payment.
Yes,
We believe we have you where we want you.
they are going to use
No,
that against her.
I'm not falling
and
for that.
they're gonna use it against her. Georgia, follow my lead.
The thing
Stacey
if
is
she
cool, but you got to go.
If you're weak enough to do that, you would have broken already. You wouldn't be running in so much debt if you weren't. If that wasn't. The
I think
choice
she
you
is
made.
I think she's.
I don't think she was planning on telling.
She's an example. No.
You have
Listen,
to- you
she's
have to.
smart
No,
enough.
she went to
She
the
is sm-
last minute. She went to the last minute before she
Well,
actually.
that's the
She's
smart
probably
part.
embarrassed.
Yeah, before she
But-
actually disclosed this, I wouldn't have
It doesn't
disclosed
look-
it.
it doesn't
I would
look-
have
you have
basically
to.
no. I would have did the same thing that the auntie did. He didn't say his. I would have did the exact same thing. I would have said when the auntie puts his up, I'm gonna put mine up.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I
got
wouldn't
that.
have said anything. And I would have ran and nobody would have known that the shoes I had on still had the price tag on them.
See, and
Because I'm
that's-
going to take them back.
That's what makes you Republican. As a Democrat, I appreciate the transparency.
losers.
I appreciate the honesty. Right. I can relate to this. Over 75% of America can relate to this. They should be able to. What's most important is she has not ignored any of this debt, right? She has been responsible the whole time and has done the things she needs
No,
to do.
she's on a deferred payment, which means that she had defaulted.
No.
That's not what that means. That's not what that
Deferment.
means.
No,
you have to
can
apply for deferment.
Yeah, you can
have to apply for
absolutely.
But
talk.
she had, but I think.
No, that
I-
means you're being responsible and communicating, saying, "Listen, I'm having I need some time."
We have
and
to
they've
look
said,
this
okay,
up. We have
No,
to look
I'm
this
on
up.
deferment.
No,
Yeah.
no,
I'm
we have
actually
to
on
look
it
it
now.
up because
I
I
deferred my
think that
student loans.
I think that she had already defaulted once.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I,
so
I,
we have
I
to
didn't
look
pick
that up because
that
I
could-
believe that she'd
Honey,
already.
I default every month.
Yeah, but okay,
It's
so
so hard.
we are in an age where we're talking about the president of the United States who has filed for bankruptcy how many times?
8 times.
Yeah, so I mean, if we're gonna just judge a candidate on how they handle money, this dude definitely should not be president of the United States.
He
Right?
shouldn't be president of nothing.
If anything, we should get people who are in debt for their experience.
Of course,
because
yeah.
we are also in debt.
Yeah, she could be like,
well, yeah, that's pretty good.
she could call up.
She could defer it.
She could call up China. She could call up China and be like, "Listen, I gotta take my mama to the hospital, but after that,
and you
we
know
got
they're not
you.
going for that. No,
We got you.
No,
the Chinese.
she'll
No,
get
the Chinese
creative.
culture respects their elders.
they do. So they
So
might
you
let us.
hit them with the mama, and they're gonna respect that.
They
Mama,
might
They
might
all
give
had-
us a
they all
pass
had tiger
once.
moms too.
That's what it
they
is.
might give
That's
us a
what it is.
pass once.
All right, guys. So listen, before we get out of here, this is the time in the show when I'm going to share my little bit of thoughts, whatever I have left, my little Pedro Ponders time here, guys. And this is going to be a really, really quickie one because we are just about 2 weeks away from one of the most important, and I feel like we say this every other election now, but this truly is an important one, especially with the flipping of the Supreme Court to a conservative majority. One of the things that we're all asking everybody to focus on out there, outside of these larger campaigns, are the smaller ones, right? The local stuff. And more importantly, or most importantly, the propositions that come out every year, right? And we see the ads, right? And they're sponsored by the teachers, and they're like, Prop 8 is going to make your kneecaps, freeze and break over, and you know what I mean. It's like it's going to make your balls shrivel up. Prop 10 will, it's like they scare the shit out of you, and you're like, well, shit, do I do Prop 10? And they're like, no, Prop 10 is going to make your balls bigger. And you're like, whoa, that sounds great, right? So you don't know what the fuck is really up, and they don't tell you in the commercial what the props are, right?
Of course not.
So doing a little bit of research, and there are other places you can look, but one little comprehensive site I found that just kind of gives a nice little table chart, lists some things out there, lists the props, their names, and gives a little brief description, and then from there you can go out and do your own kind of research and info.
This morning.
Did you really? Yeah, there you go.
They send you this information. They mail it to you.
Well, I have just recently
Princeton
moved.
don't know
that's
that.
No, I just recently
He's in a
moved.
digital era.
I don't have that, and I'm a digital dude, right? Like I'm not sifting through that junk mail.
I
like,
highlight through the shit. Like
Yeah.
I go in with it,
and I
highlight it.
I go plus for this, minus for that.
No, I'll use my little notebook app, and I'll cut and paste stuff over and have
nice.
notes there. So
That's a lot.
we do it like
that's
that.
a lot of work.
Well, it's the same as highlighting with a pen or taking.
No, it's not.
I have a whole binder for fantasy football, so I get it.
Lady, stop arguing with me. Okay?
Okay.
I get it. I was
This
supporting
is
it.
your ponders, and we're
I
tearing
thought
your
I was
ponders up.
pondering. God damn
Ponder
it!
means shit.
Who got the props? That's what I'm pondering.
I bet
y'all.
you want to have a dude with you next time, huh?
Yo, feelings.
Fuck this
Pedro.
feminine energy shit,
Yo,
man.
ponders.
Getting the homies in here next time, man. Y'all ladies fight your own goddamn
The
fight.
beginning of the show has changed. Strong woman. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So no, I found this site. They got the props for y'all. It's a Ballotpedia, just like Wikipedia, but Ballotpedia, just like it sounds, PEDIA at the end of ballot.
Like
and
pedo.
right.
Like pedophile.
Hey, that's not what I said. But yeah, they do have a list of the props there. And they also show you which ones passed in the last election too. But they show you which ones are coming up in the next election, kind of a quick breakdown. You can click on stuff and do a little bit more research on your own. But I thought this was a good place for people to start quickly and comprehensively, and just get some good info that they can start with as they move forward towards election day, guys. All right, so get out there, make sure you're an educated voter and you're not just connecting dots on a piece of paper, guys. We're gonna take a really, really quick break and then come back to the show with a little wrap up for you guys. All right, we love you. Keep listening. Savage. Yeah, y'all, we are savage as fuck live right here on Marcus King Presents Dash Comedy here on Dash Radio, y'all. I am Black Pedro. To my right is
Jaylyn Bishop.
we got a special guest host this week, y'all.
Did you say special guest host?
That's a Freudian slip. My bad, girl. Special guest host this week, Shang, is out in Vegas at LA Comedy Club. That's live at the Stratosphere. 8 p.m. shows all week, guys. If you're in Vegas, check out Shang live. You guys can also check us out live, Savage AF. We are going to be live at the Irvine Improv. That's this Tuesday, the 30th of October, guys. Just before Halloween, come get some fun in down in Irvine. We're going to tear up the improv down there. We thank you guys for listening. If you missed today's show, if you're just tuning in, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you because I know you know what time the show is, so get your ass up. You can catch us on iTunes on Monday. We release the show on iTunes, on Google Play, on Stitcher, right? So you can catch us there. And if you missed it, we talked about the Immigrant Train, the deficit problem coming up. Uber's got a new CEO. We found a pig head in some luggage. You know what I'm saying? Some good old hog head inside the luggage. That's all good. We found out Sarah Silverman loves Louis C.K.'s dick and likes watching it every now
Just
and then.
masturbation.
Nothing wrong with that. And I think it's okay for Georgia's next governor to be in debt if she wants to. She working on it. And that governor's salary should help her. So fix your face, Jaylyn Bishop, all right? Jaylyn, where can people catch you? Where can they follow you? Where can they see you coming up?
You can follow me on Jaylyn Bishop, and that's JaYlyn, and Bishop like the church, except for I don't touch the children.
Amen.
And that's across everything.
Okay, all platforms.
Yeah, every platform, Twitter, Twatter, any Facebook, whatever you got. I am actually going to be on a Carnival the Inspiration this week, starting on Friday the 26th all the way through the 29th. And so you can come out on a cruise ship. Just book a ticket. Come on out.
Yeah, so if you're going on a Carnival cruise on the Imagination, make sure you check out Jaylyn's show. Gonna be hot. Gonna be hot, y'all. We thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow, share, and like the fuck out of this, or we will come and poop on your porch. We love you guys. Shang will be back next week, and so will I. We'll talk to you then. All right, later.
Bye.
Cocaine on the table. Welcome to Hollywood, nigga. What would you do for